Alright, if you guys watched the last video, I tried to use this thing to vacuum out the pool while getting rid of a lot of water because it's been raining so much. So it's been raining even more, so I'm gonna have to drain some more. So I'm gonna try something else. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the end of this off. This is just a spare hose I had lying around. And I'm gonna cut the top off and see if it won't stick in there. And if it does, this is actually not what I was originally gonna do, but then I'm gonna glue it and see if I can glue it in there. It's not what I was originally gonna do. So if it doesn't work, I actually have one more idea. If you have a hacksaw, I'd use a hacksaw. This isn't the best way to do this. This stuff's a little different than PVC, although it looks the same. It doesn't really, it's not really acting the same to me. Well, this stuff is really different. Okay, so the idea is I'm gonna be able to screw the end onto there once I get this in here. So let's see how this goes. This is flexible, but so close, man. Might try to cut this. There, I might be able to. Give me a little extra room. It's almost there. I think that's gonna work. Obviously I didn't glue it or anything, but I connected the hose to it and I just turned it around the part because I couldn't really spin the connection that's attached to the sweeper part, and I didn't glue it, as you could see before. So I was hoping it would stay on the pole, and I'm using the same pole that I used for the net.
I just drilled another hole in the end of the pole. That's in another video you can check out. And I drilled through the sweeper end there so that it would fit. I rigged that up before just because it needed a smaller pole. I didn't have one, so I just used what I had. That's usually what I do. So attach it to it. I just finger tighten it. I don't go too crazy with it. And then I ended up using a couple twist ties to attach it to the pole. And the reason I did that was just to give it a little more stability. It actually worked last time, even though the hose came off. But this time I just wanted it to see how well it would work if it actually stayed together. And so that's why I used these twist ties. They're just little plastic twist ties. And again, I'm just using stuff that I have. Like, you might have something different you can use. You know, always think about what you have on hand. Instead of going and buying something all the time, you know, you can just look and see what you got and try to make it work. And one of the important things is to get water through the whole hose. I mean, that goes if you're going to do it like this or if you're going to do it like just through your system. Now, it has been raining so much at our place that we have so much dirt and everything else. So we have dirt and we have a lot of water in the pool. Like, this is the third time I've actually had to drain the pool of rainwater, which is great because I can just try this vacuum and get rid of it at the same time. So I have the pump pumping the water out into the yard, and I'm just running it just gently along the bottom. I am rubbing it against the bottom because that will loosen up the dirt, and the suction is going right in that hose. If you stick your hand up to the bottom of that at the hose, you're going to feel the suction going in there. So it's going to suction up all that debris that you have down there. And this just worked so well. It took me less than 10 minutes to go around the entire pool and to get it cleaned up. And as you can see here, it's like I'm just going around the pool, not real fast to disturb it and make the dirt go everywhere, but just so that it can suck it up. And it's really doing a great job. I'm doing this one-handed right now and recording with my phone with the other hand. I'll have a link in the description for all the stuff you need, or that I actually had to buy to make this work. This has worked better than anything for me. The hose is attached to where you would normally put a vacuum bag, and there are different ways you can do that too. A couple tricks. One is you can use the bag that comes with it. It doesn't always work that great, and there's a hole in the top of that where you can attach a garden hose to it as well, so that that will create the suction if you're not going to do like this and have it pumped into your yard. So going around the whole pool, it didn't take a lot. Now at the end, I take the net, I keep the pump running, I take the net, detach the hose, and I end up detaching the attachment, the hose attachment, from the outlet or inlet, whatever you want to call it. And then I quickly grab as much debris as I can. I mean, it's still pulling it in because the pump's on, but I just have the net there just to catch anything, so that all that work I just did isn't for a waste of time. And one thing about the hose, once you start pumping it, if you take the end of it out and have it outside your pool, it'll continue to siphon the water out. So you got to watch that. I was doing that, not even realizing it. But yeah, so this was a success. It's just easy thinking out of the box to get it all done. So I don't know how well you could see how much dirt was in there, but my little contraption worked perfectly this time. Got rid of about 3 inches of water. You can see the line right there. And our slopes down this way just a little bit. So the water sits there, and that's where it's going down. The rest of it's still perfect. But like, it really cleaned it. And right now I have the pump running just in case there's a little bit of, if it broke up some of the small dirt, so I can just suck it out through the filter now. But overall, man, it got everything out of there. Perfect.